Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Victor Quintana and I post videos about photography, videography, working with models, and Leica specific gear reviews. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the Leica Vario-Elmarit SL 24-90 f2.8 to 4 aspherical lens, which was the first lens to be released with the Leica SL camera back in October 2015. So if you're interested to hear more, let's jump into it. So the Leica SL Vario-Elmarit 24-90 covers subjects ranging from landscape, architectural photography, portraiture, and its maximum aperture range of 2.8 to f4 suits a variety of lighting conditions while also providing scope for shallow depth of field control. One thing that I love about this lens is the fact that it comes with Leica's Aquadura Hydrophobic Coating. I hope I said that right. On the front and the rear elements, which is perfect because it protects against moisture and smudging. The lens is fully dust and water sealed. This is an awesome feature to have, especially when I'm out on the water photographing for a fishing client or boat client. Just the fact that in South Florida, the weather can also be so sporadic. One second it's a beautiful sunny day and the next you're running to find cover from the rain. It's really just an awesome feature to have on their lenses. I mean, besides being out on the water and on the boats, photographing at the beach and stuff like that, I still get a sea spray onto my lenses all the time, and thankfully, knock on some sort of wood, I have not had any issues with the lenses. The optical design of this lens contains a total of 18 elements in 6 moving groups. 18 elements. That's crazy to think about. Have you ever seen a photo cutout of one of these lenses? It's insane. Definitely worth the Google. Among them are 4 aspherical elements and 11 partial dispersion elements, which helps to reduce the chromatic aberrations and distortions throughout the zoom range. I don't think I've ever had to use the editing field in Lightroom that deals with chromatic aberrations since I started shooting with Leica glass. It's really been a treat, and as Mr. Gump would say, good. One last thing. Anyway, so back to the topic at hand. The internal focusing is driven by a stepping motor which controls the positioning of one element and ensures the length of the lens remains constant. This single small weight element can be moved extremely quickly, and Leica claims it can traverse a focusing range in just about 110 milliseconds. That's crazy fast. Oh, and on top of all that, the motor is practically silent. Another great feature of this lens is the built-in stabilization unit, which provides up to, I believe, 3.5 stops of shake correction at 90 millimeters. So since the original SL does not have any internal stabilization like the SL2 has, it's actually really great that the 24-90 is stabilized, because when I'm running and gunning or just doing a test shoot, I'm just grabbing a couple of quick video clips for social media, I don't want to be rigging up like a gimbal or anything like that. So usually my go-to move with this combo is, I'll actually wear a neck strap here. I don't have it with me right now, so I can't show you, but basically you tighten the neck strap as much as you can, put it over your neck. So that's one point of contact. Then you just got to tuck in your shoulders real tight, and basically these are the movements. You can walk forward with it if you wanted to or whatnot, but I basically just keep the camera still like this, and I can shoot pretty smooth footage at 4K 24, or if I really want to start doing some like crazy moves and stuff, I'll just throw it into 120 frames per second at 1080, and it's usually super smooth that way anyways. Now, one thing I want to do is I'm dying to see what the footage will look like when I slap this lens onto the SL2 and shoot handheld videos at 4K 60 frames. Hopefully you'll be seeing a video of that coming soon. Very close to hopefully owning the SL2, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Major complaint I hear about this lens is the sheer price of it. And Arguably, you know, all Leica products are a lot more expensive than their competitors, but what you have to realize is the fact that there are 6 groups of moving elements, which makes the lens more complex than any other standard range zoom from manufacturers like Canon, Nikon, or Sony, which explains the price tag that comes along with this lens. It also doesn't help that with new taxes on imported products from Germany, thanks to our man in charge, the prices have gone up on lenses this past year, unfortunately. Another great thing about the 24-90, since it does have the L mount bracket on there, it could also be used on the Leica TL CL cameras, which have an APS-C sensor, which it will actually convert to about a 36 to 135 equivalent. So it's kind of a weird focal range, but it's nice to know that, you know, you can have the SL for like big jobs, and then let's say you want to go traveling and don't want to take the big setup of the SL, you can always just take the CL and use those same lenses. You don't have to constantly be investing in a whole new kit lens just for like the CL or just for the TL. And also you can use this lens on the new Panasonic line of the S1, S1R, and the S1H, I believe it is. One thing, unfortunately, the lens, it's an f2.8 maximum aperture at its widest at 24 millimeters, and it's not constant. So it is a varying aperture. At, I believe, 35 millimeters, it drops to 3.1 aperture. At 50 millimeters, it goes to about a 3.6 millimeter. And then at 75, 3.9 is the lowest. And then f4 would be the lowest for 90 millimeters. Another cool thing about this lens, it's in no way a macro lens whatsoever, but it does have a minimum focusing distance of, I believe it's 30 centimeters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the minimum focusing distance. So you can still get pretty close to your subject, which is cool for like some really nice shallow depth of field shots, especially for product shots. But it definitely is in no way a macro lens. You know, if you were looking for more macro lens, I would look into the 11 to 30, or I'm sorry, not 11, 16 to 35, because that one, the minimum focusing distance is a lot closer, I believe. I don't know off the top of my head, but I will be doing another review of just that lens, so stick around for that as well. Another thing you'll notice is that there's no distance scale, no depth of field indicator, nor will you find an autofocus or manual focus switch or stabilizer control switch. All of these settings are done on the camera, so it keeps the actual lens super clean. The build is just, as I would put it, very luxurious looking. I mean, it's a very expensive lens, and Leica's all about the way that their products look, very sleek, very minimal design. Now, after doing some tests, it showed the lens to be one of the best performing lenses on the market, as well as exceeding expectations at its highest resolution. It showed a remarkable consistency of resolution across almost all aperture settings and focal lengths. While some edge softening was detected at wider apertures, once you hit about f5, it was basically insignificant. Going towards talking about diffraction had only a minor effect on image sharpness starting from about f11. But put simply, this lens is for owners of the Leica SL camera who want a general purpose zoom lens. And now you can also adapt it to the new Panasonic full frame mirrorless cameras. So yeah, if you have a camera with L bracket mount and you're looking for an all-purpose lens, this 24-90 really is awesome and just a great lens to have in your kit. This just wanted to show you about how big it was with the actual extended zoom there. Can't really see compared here. You know, most of the times I end up just using this for everything rather than having to switch out to the 16-35 or the 90-280. This is usually my go-to lens. I do love the prime lenses for the SL system, but just having to switch them in and out, especially when I'm on the beach, I don't want to worry about like sand getting into the sensor or anything like that. So I would say 90% of the time, this is the lens that stays on my camera. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video review, and I hope to produce more Leica reviews in the future. If there's anything specific you have been wanting to know more about, please leave a comment down below. Just let me know what you wish you would know a little bit more about regarding any specific Leica gear. If you stuck around till the end of this video, thank you very much. It really helps from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Thank you. It would be tremendous if you hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you start following along, and it really does help me out. And don't forget, if you are in the market for some used gear, make sure to call Leica Store Miami and make sure to mention that you saw one of my videos, and they should hook it up with a little bit of a discount. So until next time, cheers, and we'll see you guys soon. I want you to watch it like 8 and